gentlemen, welcome back for another episode, AAL2 Turf Talk. We're going to be talking about the draft announcement, thoughts about that with the some AAL2 owners and coaches, just to get their thoughts, how they see things and, how things are moving. So before we get into that, just want to, my name's Cool McCain. I'm your host for AL2 Turf Talk. We've got these gentlemen here. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to let these gentlemen introduce themselves, get a little bit of information about them, because who knows them better than them. So, Coach Sturgis, we're just going to start with you, and then we're just going to swing all the way around. Some people you may know, some people you may not, but it's a chance to get reintroduced if you do know them, and if not, it's your chance to get introduced to them.
Sounds good. Coach Bird, Carolina Predators, head coach, co-owner, based out of Wake Forest, North Carolina, Wake Forest, Raleigh area. Been going since 2018. Travel team for some years. Started off in the AAL when the AAL first started. Came back with AAL2 with AJ. I think that was the best decision we made. So, and now looking forward to the AAL coming back with the draft and everything else. That's pretty much it on us, on me.
All right, Coach AG.
Yeah, Coach AG, head coach of Tri-City River Gators, also the owner of Athletic Engineering based out of Birmingham. We're about an hour away from Huntsville where we actually play. So this is my going on year 2. Very excited about this upcoming season. We've been doing a lot of things in the off season. We actually had a pro day up in Louisiana with the NLFA, trying to get some guys looked at, trying to get some guys moved about. We got another event coming up in Plum, Pennsylvania, in the Pittsburgh area. We're working with Harding Scouting, trying to get some guys noticed. We actually got a couple of AL2 teams that's going to be in presence, man. So we're just trying to help get some guys moved around. So, but I'm excited about this 26th season. A lot of different things AJ bringing to the table. So I'm just excited, man. Ready to compete.
Love it, love it, love it. Brandon, if you would, please grace the with your information, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Brandon Glenn on the horn right here, owner, GM of the Tri-City River Gators. We started this thing in 22, in Albany, Georgia, and we end up not wanting to be in that city logistic-wise. It wasn't really that good of a city to be in. So we end up moving it to Huntsville. I linked up with Coach AG. The rest was history. And we just trying to get these guys, get them seen, get them from north all the way to the south, create that pipeline. So, I'm fully on board with everything we're doing in the AAL2 and the AAL. So, yeah, I'm here for it.
Love it, love it, love it. Coach Steeple.
It was Coach Steeple, Maryland War Eagles. This is the second year of our merger with the Maryland Eagles and the Maryland Warriors. Pretty much we're out of Baltimore, Maryland. We got a couple guys that's being looked at right now, so hopefully we'll be able to get a few of those guys signed. And we're looking forward to the season. We're glad a lot more teams came in. Competition is a little better, and with the AAL coming in as well, it's going to make things a lot better for a lot of the guys.
Definitely. So, just for y'all watching, we can kind of going to do like a roundtable thing tonight. So I'm just going to throw out some questions, and then just let these gentlemen, take their time and take their turn to answer those questions. So the first thing I got for all the gentlemen here on the panel, the AL teams having, one or more games against AAL2 teams. How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like that's something that's going to be beneficial to both leagues, or, maybe have other feelings on it? So how do you guys feel about that that kind of quirk in the schedule where you have AAL teams playing some AAL2 teams?
Well, I feel like it's a strong move in the aspect of so I think what we're trying to do. Now I'm not a commissioner or nothing, but if I was a commissioner, what we're
Right.
trying to do is create the confidence in the league, where it's like, okay, I can move up the next year and get here and get paid, and then possibly get somewhere else. So we just keep, we just adding another step to their journey, you know. And I don't want everybody to look at it like, well, damn, we playing the same teams and this and this. Yeah, you are, but essentially it's how you frame it. So we frame it like, okay, this is our league that's professional. It's gonna draw in more teams to come and get those guys out of our AL2 teams. So yeah, right now it look a little it look a little, I ain't gonna say raggedy or nothing, but it look a little, just kind of put together. But that's how things start. That's how things start organically. So yeah, it's a little weird right now, but I think it's gonna end up in the end, it's gonna benefit us more than it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback on GM, I think it's a good move. I think it kind of instills a little bit more confidence in the guys at the A2 level, because essentially everybody wants to have a chance to move up or to advance. So I think putting these guys in the arena with bigger teams, more I guess the biggest difference is going to be the talent level. You know what I'm saying? So it gives the lower teams a chance to, okay, these guys can actually see where they sit at competitively, because a lot of times you're like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, or whatever, but you play, 3A high school ball or anything like that. So there's always that learning curve. So I think mixing those guys in, giving them, a valid opportunity to play somebody else at a big level in the inside of the arena to get that feel, get their experience, man. I think it's second to none, you know.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for the ball players also. But I think it's also a great learning curve for the organizations, for the AL2 organization by itself, because you're bringing in one of the longest running indoor football teams with the Columbus Lions, who's now been successful in a couple of different leagues. So for new organizations as myself, Tri City, um, the Aviators, get to go into a atmosphere to see how they conduct themselves on game days, how they run their organization from inside out, and it help us build our organization from inside out, not just player wise, but from ownership wise, coaches wise, front office wise. So I think it to me is feel like a move from back in the day when the AFL was out and you had the AFL2. So to me, that's exactly what the AAL and AAL2 is doing. Also, is that pipeline of athletes, of teams. So, like I say, it's not just for players to move up; it's also for organizations to move up. Then it's cost efficient for organizations. They ain't trying to beat your pockets up like a lot of these other leagues are doing, $50,000, $100,000. Um, but what AJ and them doing right now, I think is a good thing for the sport, and for the Eastern region, because right now I think AAL and AL2 are the only league that has Eastern teams. I can't say Eastern has multiple Eastern teams. Let me put it that way. So I think it's a good move moving forward. Like Brandon said, it might look kind of jumbled right now. I mean, but it's starting process. Everything start off looking jumbled. First year is growing pains, so I think next year is gonna be a whole lot different. than what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I mean the big thing right now, it's a good thing for a lot of the guys because they'll get to gauge themselves. You know, everybody think that they professional and they think they have the potential to be professional. Well, here's your opportunity to play against a professional team to see where you stand. It's a good opportunity for a lot of guys to be seen, a lot of guys to get exposure, a lot of guys to get film. And hey, some may go up to the AAL, some may use this film to go to other leagues. You know, the whole thing is for us to move people up. You know, if they move up in our chain, that's great. If they use that film and move up to another chain, that's great too. Our whole thing is to get you to the next level. You know, only thing sometimes I hate with those games is the lineman matchup. The skill guys, you can get skill guys a dime a dozen, but when it comes down to the linemen is where a lot of times on the developmental level that they have problem when they play the pro teams. Some guys have a bad idea saying that a guy is big, he's a lineman. And my motto has always been, he's just a big guy. If he's not a dancing bear and he can't move his feet, he's just a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we got to make sure that, you know, when you go into those games, I tell our guys all the time, you got to make sure that you're prepared because you could become a highlight real fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you got to make sure you're ready. But for the most part of it, you know, a lot of the games are logistic purposes. You know, it's teams from those areas playing those teams. It helps with the travel. It helps with the cost. And I mean, hell, the Miners and Columbus, they took a beating with the cost last year, being in the NAL with the travel to the Midwest every time you turned around. So,
Right.
I mean, I understand the whole East Coast move, and hopefully after next year, it'll maybe be just one or two games with a pro team instead of as many as we got this year.
I dig it. You know, I'll just throw my quick 2 cents in. I like the move from the standpoint of it gives everyone the opportunity to be seen, right? So you get the audiences from teams like Wheeling, Columbus, you know, Mississippi, and the Bearcats, Jersey, right? Those are the teams. So if you're playing one of those teams, you get to be seen by those teams, but you also get to be put on film. So you get an opportunity for some of your players that may, you know, be on the edge anyway of being an AL2 guy because of the talent and what they're doing. They kind of get that opportunity. And me personally, I like that because it gives fresh matchups, right? Instead of playing each other, you know, 3 times, they get a chance to play some other teams, other matchups, see some other guys, see some other strategies. The AL2 teams get a chance to measure themselves against, you know, AAL teams, like, you know, it's been said already. But it just kind of brings some freshness. And I think the AL2 has so many teams that it kind of makes a little sense from that standpoint to do it this year. And then, you know, you see how things readjust next year as the AAL will be adding more teams. And then as they're adding more teams, I would assume that things will be adjusted based on that. So I think it's a great thing to do this year. And it gives both teams a highlight because I forgot who it was. I think it was Coach Steeple I was talking to. It was either him or Brandon that was saying it's like a big brother, little brother thing. Right? So you get a chance to play against big brother and see how you match up. And if you don't feel like you match up, then okay, we got some work to do. Right? And then it just gives you a chance to see yourself against, like you said, pro level talent. And in the pro level talent, to see what's the difference between them and you guys. Like you guys, like Coach Steeple said, linemen is going to be defensive, offensive linemen is probably going to be your main thing. But you know, you get a chance to see it. And it still can have some good matchups because if you're the AAL2 team, I have nothing to lose playing against an AAL team. If they beat me, they're supposed to beat me. But if I find a way to not only win it, but win that game, boy, it says a lot, you know. So I think it can be fun and interesting. I don't think every matchup will be fun and interesting, just being honest. But I think there will be some good matchups, and you'll see where you can see guys and what they're doing and you know how they're executing. And they'll kind of roll into the next thing. So the draft. I'm going to let you guys kind of explain the draft as much as you want to the people. And then I'm also going to let you guys give your thoughts on the draft all in one. So basically, anything you want to enlighten the good people on about the draft, and then your thoughts on the draft and how you think is if you think it's going to be something that's going to be effective, and any other thoughts that you have. So, Brandon, we're going to start with you on this one, sir.
Okay. Two things. There's always gonna be a pro and a con, right? So I think the pro of this is that yes, the way we're framing everything for the players, you got the draft room, the war room. Well, what I heard Mr. Roger say, uh, that the frame of it is nice. So it's gonna be something that's gonna be looked at, especially if we stream it or streaming on here on Shady and having people look at it. So that's big. So getting an audience for the draft is big. That's the way these guys' names run across the screen and they like, oh, who's this guy? Boom. Now they're going to go search his name up. They're going to see who he played for. These upper leagues gonna be looking for that. So the captivating part of it, I believe, is going to be great. Now the con, you got, it's 2 weeks into the season. That's a lot of guys then, got their rosters together. They've been working on their rosters all season. So a couple of guys gonna go. So game plan gonna change for the AAL2 game. Well, I mean the A2 teams. The game plan go change. Not dramatically, hopefully not. Hopefully you got some good guys that you got on your roster. But if you don't, then basically your good guys just walked out the door and you finna get your ass whooped all season. But it does have logistics in there also. They got to make sure they're looking at these guys, not just them, hey, shit, I want to be a pro. You got to make sure these guys, they life is about to change. So you got to take that into consideration of how their life is going to change by doing this. Yes, it sounds good, but this ain't NFL or nothing like that. You ain't finna get no signing bonuses and all that right there. You just gonna move up. So it being early in the season, I think that's kind of like Ralph said, a jumble up part. I think if it was at the end of the season, where you got to see all the guys play, they get their accolades, defensive guy of the year, offensive guy of the year, whatever you want to have it, and we get to kind of then what you could do, just throwing this out here, you can have people voting for the guys to go to the draft during the season. So now they give more guys more exposure because you're putting them in polls, you're putting their names up. Do you think Joe Blow gonna be the next quarterback to get drafted? Now everybody like, yeah, I like him. Boom, boom, boom. And if Ralph would have got the baller cam, he could have, had them folks on there so they could see him. But teach his own. But so that way, it gives those guys that exposure. Now they looking at them on their Instagram. Now they catching them, trying to see what their names are. And these ain't just fans, they're upper league guys too that's looking to snatch them. So any way possible, we want to get them exposed. If we just do a draft, and we live stream a little bit, these people don't know who the hell these players are. So they didn't get a chance to know them before they get drafted. So, you got to build an audience a little bit more. That's what I think, should happen in order for, the draft to be successful. Like give it a little more time. But that's just my pros and cons on it.
Okay. Coach AG?
Yes, sir. I think it's a great idea, to be honest. I think it's a good opportunity for the A2 guys to have something to look forward to going into the season or, at the duration of the season. I agree with my GM as far as like just the timing of it. I think that, like, for instance, some of these guys just, we had a few guys that come in that had a chance to actually move up to the AAL. this season. We sent about 3 guys to the Mississippi Wolfpack, actually. So I just think that just the build up throughout the season, just give these guys something to look forward to. Like he pointed out, like the defensive player of the year, stuff like that. So like if when we watch the draft, during when it comes on things of that nature, all right, they always showing clips of what he's done previously through the season. You know what I'm saying? Whether, he was a receiver from Ohio State and, his GPA was this and he measured out in big games and, he's a big game type of guy, stuff like that. I just building that storyline for the league, not just for that particular team, but for that league. You know what I mean? Because, like, for instance, because I don't know much about Coach Steeble and the Maryland team, right? So that'll give me a chance to kind of see it from a bird's eye view. Like, oh man, he got some balls up there. He got the receiver up there. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I think it's a great idea for these guys just to have something to look forward to. It keeps them on their toes, meaning that they don't get lazy and lackadaisical during the season. You know what I mean? Because you're 4 or 5 games in and, you're just playing ball. You know what I mean? So when they with AJ incorporating that draft, give these guys something to look forward to because, I'm a big off-season guy. I do a lot of things in the off-season and I try to, help guys get located and moved and everything like that. But I just think that if we portray the NCAA kind of standard going into the draft, I think, man, it'll separate the league, in a major way.
Sure.
All right, Coach Steeble, what's your thoughts?
I like the idea. Like they said, I thought it was a little early, but I also understand, that's when the AAL starts. So that's why they wanted to, to have the draft. I mean, the good thing is you got 16 guys that's going to get an opportunity to move up. 8 stay, 8 come back. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the season, it'll be a lot smoother. We can work out a lot more logistics. I mean, I would have liked for us to have like a camp or something or an invite where we bring guys in and have like a combine. And that way now you got all the guys who want to sign up for the combine. They come, they work out, and here go your stats and what you need. The person was at the combine. He ran this. He did this, that type. I'm hoping that, the way they run the draft, for a lot of the guys that registered in the draft, whether you played indoor before or whether you have outdoor film, put you some clips together and send it in to the team. So when they announce you in the draft, they can play clips of you so people can see that you do belong there, that you are a good player, and, that type of thing. But for the most part, I like the fact that, they're giving some of the guys an opportunity to step up. But like we all said, it's going to play a lot of things going to play factors in this, like we was talking about earlier. If I'm from Jersey and I get drafted to Mississippi, that money got to sound right for me to come from Jersey to Mississippi. Or if that's the case, I'm going to stay where I'm at. People, a lot of the guys, they're local. They still got their jobs. They still got things that they're doing. And, for you to pack up and leave your job and leave your family to relocate to another location, somebody telling you 150, 200, I'm going to go ahead and stay where I'm at.
Yeah, I need a signing bonus or something.
And that's what I've had a lot of guys where I've gotten phone calls from teams and they've asked me about, players, and I put them in touch with each other. But, like I tell a player, that's your decision to make. Is the money worth you doing what you need to do? Sometimes it's like you want that dream and you want to move up and you want to do that, but the logistics and the money wise,
got to make sense.
Them bills don't care about your dream.
Yeah, no,
still there.
He adding up.
Yeah, they still there. So you got to make that decision. Is it worth it? But the opportunity is there, and that's a good thing because for some of these guys, they didn't get the opportunity. So this will be their opportunity to be able to say that, hey, I did play professional football.
I think, just to piggyback, you know what I'm saying? I think the most important thing is not money, it's the eyeballs,
Yes.
creating the noise, the audience. That's the most important thing for them. Cause they can move, they can be on the War Eagles, and wait, y'all call it the War Eagles, right?
Right.
Right, okay. Uh, you could be on the War Eagles, and let's say the Oregon Lightning or the Tennessee Cats or something like that. See them, boom. They giving Coach Steeple a call real quick. Boom. Hey, I seen number 4. He look real good. And now his clips, his reels,
Mm-hmm.
all of that is getting played. Like one of our players that got moved up, Jason Hall. He came with us. He didn't really play at all in high school or well, he played in high school, but in his college career, I think he only played a few snaps. Coach AG got a hold to him, trained him. Boom, I got a hold to him. Like, you need to get your face out there. I don't care how ugly it is. You need to get that motherfucker out there. That's the only way you gonna move up. They need to know who you is. So the draft, even in the NFL, the draft is based off of their previous. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't really getting. Like, I don't know what they're going off of in the draft.
Two weeks.
If it's just us picking guys, because you know. What they're really going off of,
Right.
whoever want to raise their hand and volunteer and go, so
I know they're supposed to be
more of
looking
that
at
got to be in there too.
2 weeks worth of tape. That's why it's gonna do it after the second week of the AL2
Or
season.
2 weeks worth of tape.
Yeah.
That ain't really a lot, man. It ain't really a lot.
No,
Shit, motherfucker
it's
might not
not.
even get crunk up by then. You know what I'm saying? Only people that's really getting that kind of tape would be like the offensive guy, quarterback, receivers, running backs, stuff like that. Defense take a little time, So hey, teach his own, like I said. But however you want to, evaluate how you want to do it, how them AL teams want to do it, and we here for it. We just developing the guys, trying to get them up there.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Now, if I feel like if they develop something to where it makes sense in a regional kind of thing, basically, like, just for example, just kind of spitballing, but they just say Tri-City, Georgia, we got Peach State. They just say these teams are, we gonna recruit to the Columbus Lions, the Mississippi team, or what have you. Then the northern team, do the same thing in that aspect. You see what I'm saying? And
mm-hmm.
then you have these guys that, okay, say if you got 2 guys that leave Maryland and go, wherever. Okay, let's just say they get there, they don't make the cut, they don't live up to the standard of what the coach thought he was. You see what I'm saying? And like, just to turn them around, send them home, like I feel like that it needs to be set up to where these guys get at least 2 guaranteed games to let them spin. You know what I'm saying? Just let them spin. Give them 2 guaranteed games. Let them spin. Okay, if he got it, boom. That's when y'all sign him to a permanent contract, or a year, finish the year out, however they choose to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it need to be based on more than just 1 or 2 practices. You see what I'm saying? Even if they get up there and you, I don't know if he put him in the game. Got to see it through. Put him in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because it may be like he need a game, maybe nervous as hell. He may got something on his mind. Then, we get back. Okay, we watch film. We recollect ourselves. We go over this, go over that, work technique, what we missing here, put him back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, if he improves that game, okay, cool, boom. It's up to that team to make that decision. But, I just don't feel comfortable sending a guy somewhere for 3 days and then he's calling me, hey, coach, I'm coming home. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because even if in the NFL a guy gets picked up,
that's life of a pro though. If you want to step into that role, you gotta set the consequences. Go back to the AFL. You're not guaranteed to touch that field at all if you don't prove yourself in practice.
But that's we
now
talking
you
draft.
looking
We talk the difference between draft and free agent though. You see what I'm
at
saying?
it's still your choice if you get signed with them or not. Like they can draft you. Like you gotta put yourself up for the draft.
Just to throw it out there, from my understanding, is the player makes the decision to register themselves for the draft. So if you don't want to be part of that process, you can just say, I'm cool, I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. So this is an opportunity for guys who want to make that plunge.
Right.
You're not forced to make that plunge.
Yeah. They want to put their foot in that fire. Either you're gonna get burnt or you're gonna walk through it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta live with it. So you know what I mean? Like I understand what you're saying. We don't want to send guys somewhere and you get cut.
Yeah.
Listen, we did our part as organizations, as coaches. We did our part. We got them to the point where they want to be. Now it's up to them to finish.
Yeah.
We can't finish for you. You gotta do it yourself. I mean, as far as the league's doing their part to give them the opportunity to move up. Like I say, like B said, you got cons and pros. Everybody that mentioned the cons and the pros. Now it's year one. This is the kind of learning. So, like Coach Steeple said, next year should look a lot different because now they got something to look back on. What we messed up here, what we can fix this, what we can fix that. But overall, the idea I think is great. I agree with B. It's kind of too early for me. If I was an AAL team, like I don't have enough to go off of. Like I want to see more.
Yeah, I think everybody do.
You know what I mean? So I can understand it trying to make the AAL tour different than anybody else early. But me, I already did it going into the 2027 season. Now you got your 2026 tape base yourself off of. And so if guys do want to make that 8-hour trip to another team, now they got time to get their lives in order, their jobs in order, their family in order, to make that trip to say, I play professional ball, even if it's $150, $200.
Right.
You
now
can
make that. Now you talking invites, because for somebody signing up to go into the draft, that's it just sounds a lot like a trial. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I
think they
agree.
sign up for NFL draft too, though.
You frame this the way you frame it. It's the way we frame it. It's how that has to be forefronted first. How we framing it, the structure of the draft. If that, like I said, it's a little jumble a little bit right now. But the structure gonna have to be, it's gonna have to be a little deeper than, I'm gonna get them and then I'm gonna send them back, or I'm gonna pay $50 to get in there. However, it need to be more so off of accolades to me.
But I think you have the time to really, like, between now and when the draft happens, that the process can be streamlined. You know what I'm saying? Feedback from you guys and different things can help that part of the process. I would say personally, just looking in, not being you guys, not being AAL, but being like a third party, so to speak. I can get the concern you have of like 2 weeks. It's not a lot of time for these guys, but hopefully they're going to be these guys already have previous tape and they'll be having that to send as well, and it won't just be based off the 2 weeks. I can get where you're saying as a AL2 team, I would like to have the guy for more than 2 weeks, right? But if you look at it from another side, the draft part aside, if another team calls, right, a week or two in the season and says, "Hey, we're looking at such and such guy. We want to bring him in, right? It's theoretically similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the process that they're going through is different from that. So, I mean, you guys are coaches and owners for AAL2. So you want to protect those guys and put those guys in the best situations. And that's what you should be doing. That's how you should be thinking. So I'm not saying, oh, I don't like your thought process. You're wrong for the way that you're thinking about it. I'm just saying, I think like from the outside looking in, it brings something different and unique. Now, the inner workings of it, seems to be where you kind of like, I wish it was done a little bit different. And that's something that, after year one moving forward, I feel like this is going to, as long as it goes well, and it's a quality thing, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to be part of it, so it's going to go well. You know what I'm saying? As far as how it's considered. But
Yes, sir.
if everything goes well with it, I think moving forward, there'll be some tweaks, right? The things that y'all have that are concerns for you, things that may make it a better process overall once you roll everything out and see it in action, there'll be some tweaks. But again, from your perspective as the guys who are, have the AA2 guys and are going to have guys move up and half of them are going to stay, half of them are going to end up coming back, I can completely see where there would be some concerns. And I think that the process will continually be, streamlined and made a little bit better over the time. But what were you about to say, Ralph?
Man, I forgot.
Like I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I just feel like get the guys 2 games, man. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna let them, like, hey, say we're gonna take this guy, give him 2 games. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what he did. Because week 2 is AAL versus AAL2. And I think what's the next week? Is it week 4?
I ain't got a schedule in front of me.
Yeah. So I mean, once they make it to the team and once they drafted onto the team, they need to keep that guy at least 2 games.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think the way they got it is they would have a chance to actually get that game time when they play another AL2 team. Because when they play AL2, I think they can dress out their full roster. But when they play an AL game, I think there's only like 21, 22.
Yeah, 21 guys.
21. So it's back regular. When you play out of conference, now you dress your full team.
Yeah, I think we're going to make some concessions for the. I think we're going to make some roster exemptions for the guys that they draft, as far as allowing like a couple of them to play. But like I said, I'm kind of waiting for everything to be solidified. Like, okay, this is how it's going to work, 100% set in stone. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, because we had in the AFL, we had 21 dressed, but we also had the international players. So we could have like 1 or 2 international players dressed, but they didn't count against that 21.
Yeah,
so
I think
maybe something similar to what they do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like that for the AAL2 players. But like I said, I'm waiting to kind of hear everything after it's 100% solidified. Like, you guys are the ones that see the process. You can see the other side of things. So it definitely makes sense for the thoughts. Now, guys, any other thoughts? Because I want everybody to get the opportunity. Any other thoughts?
I'm pretty good on it.
No, we're good.
Good. All right, so let's take a few minutes here and talk about the AAL2. So it's been some expansion, right? 2 teams left to go and end up being part of AAL, but several teams have been added. The numbers have, moved up. So how are you guys feeling about the upcoming season from an AAL2 perspective?
I'm just glad the Michigans got teams. Oh my God, man! Man, I used to talk to my man from the Avengers, man. He was just so tired of playing the Outlaws, man. They played them about 4 times, bro. I told AJ, I said, if you didn't do nothing great this year, damn it, you did great with Michigan.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, because Michigan, they out there in island by themselves.
Wow. But now they are loaded up there. I mean, it looks like it's going to be some some
Oh,
good
yeah.
competition up there, and then they starting to partner up with some of the teams up there, and they doing a little workouts with the AF1 team, so they'll be around, be able to see some good talent. So I told AJ, I said when the Raptors play the Avengers, I may go to Michigan to see that game. I may have to go see that one.
Oh, that's gonna be a person battle right there.
Yes.
I feel it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel it. So, anybody else any thoughts about the team edition? All the additions to the?
I'm excited about it. I'm ready for it, man. I kind of like the change. You know what I'm saying? It kind of got the guys fired up, man. Especially like with Columbus and Mississippi. We plan to go in there and try to be competitive, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'll be huge for the guys because the more competitive they are, the better looks they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? Especially with those A1 games. So I just think it's a good fit. A2. We got to do a little bit of traveling, a couple games, but like we had some good games last year. We really didn't have a bunch of just sidebar kind of stuff that took away from the game, so to speak. It was pretty much down to the football, man, and that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? And AJ bringing in some new stuff, man. So I'm excited. I really want to see some of those up north teams, man. See how they get down.
Yes,
What I
sir.
mean?
Yes, sir.
So
Little
I'm excited
exhibition
about
or
seeing
something.
that, man.
I get that chance. I got Coach Steve and them coming down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Little
Well,
exhibition, or they on the
They're
schedule,
on
right?
schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
Okay,
schedule.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's
Yeah, because
it's gonna be a
remember,
little different this year with the rules, with the arena rules.
Yeah.
It changed a lot of things. When we had the indoor rules with the 4 across, and you can actually play a little bit more defense. Now with the arena rules, shit, your middle safety got to be a money man, because if not,
Yes,
it could be
sir.
a long day.
Yeah.
Man, that's
It'll be
so
a
true.
long day now.
that's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
point.
That safety got to be a ball player.
Got to be a ball player. But I don't know. Like I told AJ, I don't know who from AAL wanted to tweak that rule to make the defensive end drop in the coverage.
Man.
I said now I don't know who picked that.
Right.
But yeah,
AJ.
that's the only difference.
AJ.
They could have kept that. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
That rule still in?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
defensive end could drop in the coverage, but he can only drop as deep as 6. So he just dropped just like the Jack can. He can only drop 6. He could drop straight back, or he could drop to the flats, but he can only drop 6 yards. Only the DNs.
Wow.
They go y'all prevent defense.
Yeah.
Man, damn that. We rushing all 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It don't even matter. Anyway, huh?
I might do that shit on the goal line. I ain't doing it midfield.
So if the defensive end drop, what's the rules on the linebacker?
It's still 6.
The MAC linebacker is still daylight. So the MAC linebacker has to declare. He has to raise his hand. Once he declares, he's the one that has to come. The Jack linebacker still sideline to sideline. He can only drop as deep as 6.
Yeah. So the MAC can go even if
the MAC can go.
Even if the defensive end drop.
Yep. If the defensive end drop and you even want to run the MAC at home, shit, that means you got 2 people rushing, but it might not be no windows to throw the ball.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
a little inside look for y'all. I'm gonna say I'm excited about the fact that there's enough teams now where you don't see guys having to play the same team more than twice. Yeah. Right? You got enough flexibility with the amount of teams in each division where guys can get a chance to kind of play some different teams. And then we got the cross thing going on where the guys have to come to the South because the South won the championship last year. So that's a nice little new wrinkle that'll be there too. So I feel like AL2 is definitely stacking up to be, what is wanted to be, right? What y'all wanted to be, what leadership wants it to be, and all that good stuff. And I feel like there's a lot of competitiveness among you guys, and I love that. Like, we can get on here and we can laugh and chop it up together. When y'all get on the field, ain't no love lost until the game over, and that's how it's supposed to be. Like, we here to play a game. Everybody's trying to win. I can't win if I'm your buddy doing the game. I can't be like, Coach AG can't be like, I'm playing Ralph, but man, I know his corner on the left side is not that good, but I don't want to make him feel bad. And
I can cuss his ass out.
But I'm saying, like, we're not doing it. Ralph, you my guy when we get through, but during that game, I want to beat you down. If we beat y'all by 70, you should have been better.
See, the thing I like about the AAL2 teams is the fact that everybody runs the teams professionally, but we also know that we're developmental. Yes. And we don't sell false dreams. We don't sell it to guys that we're pro. You get some teams that they tell guys that they're professional, but hey, if we inside a soccer house, that means you're not pro. So we're developmental, and we're here to develop guys and to move them up to the next level. And the one thing about a lot of the AAL2 teams that I like is not false advertising with us. This is what it is. This is what we're doing. And if you come play for us, we're not going to guarantee you a shot, but we tell you that if you give us what you're supposed to give us and you give us the film, the opportunity is there for you to move up.
No guarantee.
And that's all you can do for a guy.
That's it. The rest of them.
I could do that.
Like I tell all my guys, listen, we're not paying professional, but we still carry ourselves professional.
Exactly.
I mean, so just because you're not getting paid don't mean you're not gonna carry yourself in a professional manner.
Man, I laugh at guys so much, man, where we talk to dudes and tell them it's arena, and the first thing they say is,
how much?
How much you paying? And so I go, do you play semi-pro? Yeah. How much they pay you? I paid them. I said, exactly. So you paid them, but you asking me how much I pay you. So my next question to you is, what is your resume? Tell me, where did you play? Did you play any college ball? What did you do? And then you and like I tell guys, I don't have nothing against semi-professional football. But you can't quote me a bunch of semi-professional stats and then come to me and talk about you want to get paid. Tell them to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
We're telling you that if you come play indoor ball and you learn this game, the scouts is at the games. The film will get you an opportunity, and your chances of moving up to a professional team is a lot better indoors than it is outdoors.
Yeah, they ain't gonna look at that shit. You send them there.
But to try to sell that to some, oh my God, it's like you're talking to a brick wall, bro.
Yeah, but that's why we kind of promote these A1 games with
the
AAL games, because that's really your
showcase.
Your showcase. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go in and play a game like Wheeling or a game, Columbus Lions, you go in there and you do your thing, like, they're going to be like, who is this cat? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I tell my guys. You want to be that guy on the film, like, bro, who is number 22? You know what I'm saying? Who is 22? Because he going crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody sit and watch a game somewhere, sometime. You don't know everybody on the field, but you want to know who is that cat right there. You see what I'm saying? That's how you want to be noticed. That's the only thing that's gonna get you from this level to the next level. Yeah, what are you doing here? Like, you gotta almost be bigger than the league. You know what I'm saying? To like, nobody can't do nothing with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I compare it to Aaron Donald. Like, it ain't too many guys that can work with Aaron Donald one-on-one. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to be that kind of guy to even go to the next level, get a quality look. If you want somebody to call Coach Steeple or call, Coach Bird and be like, hey, Coach, hey, what's the info on number 22, man? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my look.
Man, I tell guys that all the time. I'm like, look, when they have these workouts, man, some of you guys need to go to the workouts. I'm like, you need to go judge your talent against other talent. Coach, I don't do them workouts right because they just money grabbers. And I tell them, I say, you know who is a money grabber for? People who don't belong. If people who don't belong, it's a money grabber. But if you train and you got yourself together and you go and you put on a show, you never know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what happens.
It's some guys, they scared to move up.
What?
They scared to move up.
They don't
They
get
make all them
exposed.
damn excuses and hope they listening to. Cause you gonna be wasting our damn time. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to get you there, and put you in the right position, get you in the right audience, put these folks in your face. Coach, we got a whole combine, in February 8th we doing up there. We had one in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Guys, a hell of guys showed up, but guys that was doing the talking didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, shit, silence is compliance to me. You feel me? That's gonna tell me everything. So, we got, that's why we treat this like it is already pro. I mean, it's
Right.
basically one step up, you know what I mean? So like you said, the soccer houses paying them, or things of that nature. But just keeping the mindset in the AL2 like this, I mean, shit, where else you finna go? You go backwards, you in semi-pro playing at Ensley Park or some Little League Park or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And the next step up from us is actually getting paid. So you made the decision, because right here in the middle, your ass ain't gonna stay on my team 3-4 years. You one and done, get the hell on.
And I like the concept.
But I
of,
say that in the most happiest way.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I like the concept that you're putting out there, and that's something that I really like about AL too. Like, hey, I want you here, I want you to develop, but once you get developed, I don't want you here no more.
Right.
Yeah, get your ass on.
Yeah, the whole goal is to put you somewhere.
That's the purpose of these teams, man. Well,
and
that's the motto I live by.
And then the other guys get there, because if you're getting there, you putting guys. If everybody's putting guys there, then what happens when it's time to get there? They're coming saying that you gotta go check out these AL2 teams, man, because guys are going everywhere for them teams. So we need to be going and checking out this talent and get some of this talent for us too. And that's that's what it's all about. And I love that everybody, however their mentality is about it, everybody's goal is we trying to put guys on the next level, right? We're trying to get guys up on other levels. And you say you came from the AL2. We take pride in that we have that ability, and I like what y'all do besides the field. Right. I've seen a lot of guys, the coaches I've been able to watch the games, and even some of the games I've been able to watch like highlights of or watch the games online. You can see teaching, right? Maybe somebody makes a bonehead play. They don't get, you might get a few choice words, but then I'm bringing you to the side and I'm teaching you. I'm saying, look, this is what you need to do in that situation. This is how you handle that, right? You got guys talking, you got guys understand, like, now we're not going to be yapping all game with everybody. We out here to be professional, play. We're going to talk a little bit because that's what it is, but we're trying to put things in a perspective where people look and say, these are guys I would want to have on my team. The way they act on and off the field, the way they interact and the way they play, the way I see that they're being coached. These are guys I would want. And that's fantastic, man. And it should be celebrated and appreciated, because not everyone as a league does it in other leagues that are supposed to be developmental leagues. So shout out to y'all, because y'all do a lot to help these guys outside of what's necessarily expected. You know what I'm saying? To help these guys try to get where they need to go. And that's a blanket thing for everyone, because if you didn't want to do that, you wouldn't be involved.
That's why the AL2 is the best developmental league around.
You won't get no argument from me. You won't get no argument from me. So, gentlemen, I do greatly appreciate y'all's time tonight. So what I want to do is just go around. We'll start with you, Coach Steeple, this time. Just go around and everybody, give where people can find you on social media, and also any information you want to give on where they can find your team.
For me, it's on Facebook is Matthew Steeple. My website is mdwareagles.org. And all I'll say is, like I always tell you, man, we appreciate all the coverage and stuff that you do for us, because this started last year and this really took the league to a whole nother level. And we can see what this year is going to be. And it's I'm just waiting to see how things go.
Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. Ralph, what you got for us, sir?
You can catch me on Facebook at Ralph D. Bird. The team, Carolina Predators Arena Football, on Facebook, on Instagram, and I think we're on Twitter now. Webpage, CarolinaPredators.com. And like Coach Steve said, man, cool. I appreciate everything y'all do for the league, for my team, and for other teams that y'all help out with the podcast and everything else.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, Coach AG.
Yes, sir. At Coach_AG. You can find me on Instagram. Facebook is Athletic Engineering. Pretty much that's I'm easy to get in contact with. Email is train@coachag.com. Next couple months, February, we'll be out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with Harding Scouting. Trying to get some guys, find some homes out that way. If anybody, any AL2 teams, anybody want to get out there, man, hey, feel free to come. Get in touch with me. Train@coachag.com. That's my email. Through my website, my Instagram. Just tap in with me, man. You want to be there? We got some guys, and we just trying to do this in that area to make it logistically make sense. So, but cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everything, man, that you do, man. Look forward this season, man. Hey, and let's watch this AL2 grow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last but not least, on you, Brandon.
Yes, sir. You can follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tri-City River Gators. You can also, our website is www.rivergatorfootball.com. I'll say it one more time, www.rivergatorfootball.com. You can look us up on there. You can get merch. We got Amazon stores. You got boutique stores on there. A lot of e-commerce stores on there. A lot for people to see in Huntsville. We have our tickets on there, ticket sales. Sponsors that's on there. All our sponsors are on our website. You go check it out. You might get a deal on some tickets and some merch. So you make sure you check out our YouTube. We're gonna have some special things going on this season where you can see us. So stay tuned. Tri-City River Gators, Gator Mode.
Love to hear it, man. Man, this is a fun thing to do, y'all. These guys have a lot of football knowledge. These are all guys who, a lot of these guys have played, you know what I'm saying? So they have the ability to see it from the coach's side, the player side, and then the ones that haven't played have a lot of knowledge, business sense on the business side, all these good things that come together to make AL2 work. And if you were not watching AL2, shame on you, because this is a good league to watch. It's a great time of year. The games are not ridiculously expensive to take a family to. Great environments from the ones that I've been able to go to, and then the ones I've seen. This to be a fun time. So find your nearest team, right? We talk about the teams every week, the websites, all that. Find your nearest team. Support them. Have a good time, watch them, all that good stuff, because it's in the spring. NFL's over. It's a great time to check out some alternatives. It's a good alternative. Some good people, hardworking guys, hardworking players. Fun times.
Yes,
and you
sir.
can find Cool McCain, just simply at the link below. All my stuff is there at Cool McCain on Facebook. If you don't follow me, the people watching, give me a follow. And I got IG, Cool_McCain, Instagram, all those good sites. But Facebook's the main one. I'm a little bit older, so I don't do another stuff. Got TikTok too. But All right, so good people, we are signing out for the week. Again, AAL2 Turf Talk Season 2. Draft announcement reactions and, of course, some different information just about how everybody's feeling about, the league this year, good stuff like that. But, hey, it's going to be plenty more episodes. Season's coming. We're getting closer and closer. It's almost 2026, y'all.
Let's get it, baby. Let's
Couple
get
days.
it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And we signing off.
Retro.